Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know I'm wearing the same outfit, and it is because I actually really need to get my ring resized. Like, it just flops all over the place. It comes right off, so it's definitely a little bit too big. I need to get it resized, and I wanted to go ahead and get these first few wedding planning videos up on my channel. Well, not really up on my channel, but I guess just filmed at least before I took my ring to get resized, because I think it's gonna take probably 2 to 3 weeks. And I have already done so much for the wedding, and I definitely want to make sure that my channel is a place that can help people. Wedding planning is stressful, and I definitely want to give my tips to you guys and just help in any way that I can. And I think it's just fun to document, you know, this whole process for me to look back on. Maybe not for Jack.
No.
If you hear him in the background, sorry, he's being kind of loud. He's getting ready for work. But let me share my most favorite tip with you guys first. Get a wedding planner. Like, not a wedding planner person, although I have one. I will talk about that in a minute. I only have it because my venue includes it. But get a wedding planner. So this is the Erin Condren wedding planner, and I'm obsessed with it. I'll show you guys it in a second here. But this is the cover that I chose. I love florals, and I just feel like it looks very wedding-ish. And then you can put you and your fiance's name down there. And I went ahead and got the 2-year planner. They have a 1-year and a 2-year. The 2-year is, I believe, $5 extra, so no big deal. And since my wedding's over a year away, I went ahead and got the 2-year because I wanted to go ahead and start using it now. So basically you have, you know, all your months. With each month you have basically your calendar, and then there's a note section just like with the Erin Condren life planners. And then there's also a page on the back. So this is what I've been using a ton of, is every single month on the back I've been kind of jotting down things that I want to get done that month, like book a DJ, or you know, get engagement session done, or get save the dates, or you know, whatever it is. I've been jotting down on each month things that I want to get done that month. And then on the calendar you can write down, you know, any meetings that you're having with people, anything like that. So I've been absolutely loving that. You know, each month has a cute little quote on it. It doesn't have weekly pages like the life planner has, but that's fine because I use my life planner for that anyway. And so after you get through all your months, there's this I do list, and it's got a bunch of awesome things in it. So you've got, you know, things that you need to do 14 to 9 months before, 8 to 6 months before, 6 to 4 months before, 4 to 2 months before, and you can just, you know, check every single thing that you get done. And also you can write notes down. There's a little notes section there. So I really, really, really like this. It really keeps me on check with what I need to be doing for my wedding. I've obviously never done this before, and I hope to never ever do it again. So, you know, this is big and I have no idea what I'm doing. So this really, really helps me. And then there's a page for the wedding party: name, phone, address, email, dress size, suit size, shoe size, and measurements. I actually haven't filled this out yet. I need to. I have not asked my party yet, and Jack has not asked his yet. We'll probably do it this fall. And then writing your vows, where you can just, you know, jot down and write your vows. We are going to just be saying traditional vows, and my brother is a pastor and he's going to be doing our wedding. So we're just going to be doing traditional vows, but I probably will use those pages maybe to put our letters to each other. I really would like to write a letter to Jack and have him write a letter to me that we like exchange on the wedding day. And we are going to be having a videographer, and you know, just reading our letters out loud. I know, like, both of us are probably gonna cry, but I think that's something that's really cool too. If you're not gonna be writing your vows, maybe consider doing something like that. There's also a couple pages for guest list. So I might write down like our final guest list. This is something I'm going to keep for the rest of my life, this wedding planner. So I'll probably write down our final guest list there. There's also a budget checklist. So it's literally got everything. So you can say what you have in your budget, what you have as an estimate for how much it's going to cost, and then what you actually spent. So I'll get into budget in a minute. There's also this picture, and you can have, or it has like all these different poses that you should get. So like the bride getting ready, close up of wedding bands, the ceremony site, the groom walking down the aisle, like all of those different shots that are just iconic at weddings. There's also a music list, so like the wedding party intros, first dance, special dance, another special dance, a few of our favorites. Please do not play. That's funny, in case you don't want like the Macarena or something. There's also a page for flowers, so like for the bridal party, for the ceremony, for the reception, and then there's a list of flowers that are good for each season. So that will definitely be helpful. There's also sweets for the sweet, so notes from cake tastings, other sweet treats for the wedding, cake sizes, so that's very helpful as well. We are actually going to be doing cupcakes for our wedding and then possibly pumpkin donuts, but we will be having like a small cake for us to cut so that we can still do like the cake cutting part. There's a page for cheers, wine, champagne, beer, non-alcoholic garnishes, signature cocktails, other. It says how many glasses you can get out of each bottle. Like liquor is 16 mixed drinks, wine is 4 glasses. Dang, is that really it? Champagne is 6 glasses. It says champagne toasts are lovely, but typically a huge expense and much goes to waste. I think it's fine to toast with whatever is in your glass, and I totally agree with that. There's a page for wedding menu, so like rehearsal dinner and reception dinner. So I'm actually not going to show this page because there's a lot of personal information on it. There's a lot of phone numbers and things, but there's a couple of pages for your vendor contact list. You can have their name, address, email, and phone. I just think this is so nice. And also it'll be good to look back on, you know, even though I have all the information in my cell phone, it'll be good to look back on for people that are like, I love your photographer, how can I get in contact with her, or something like that. It'll just be nice. There's also a seating arrangement page, a couple of pages where you can write down your guests and what table they sat at. That might be cool to look back on, so maybe I will fill that out after the wedding or right before. There's a couple pages for that, and then there's a gift log, name and gift, and then there's a little spot where you can check if you gave them their thank you card yet or not. That is going to be so helpful. I can't wait for that. And it'll just be so cool to look back on and see, you know, what somebody got you for your wedding. I think that's just so special. Gifts to give for the bridesmaid, for the groomsmen, for the family, for the guests. And then there's also stress-free bride to be a wedding day timeline. That is going to be so nice. I don't even know if you guys can even see what I'm holding up this book. Hopefully you can. But that's gonna be so nice, and that's just gonna be so cool to look back on. I'll probably just print it out on a Word document, but either, you know, put it in this page or write it down in this page separately. That'll be cool to look back on. Honeymoon information. That's something that we might be sacrificing for this wedding, is not going on a honeymoon or going on a very low-key honeymoon. With whatever money we get from the wedding, we might just kind of book something for that week, like a cabin for a couple days somewhere, or I don't know, something like that. I don't know if we're gonna be going on a big honeymoon though. But you can write down where to, how long, you know, departing flights, hotels, rental cars. That's really helpful. There's a page about thank you notes, like when to send and what you should write in your thank you note. I think that's really cool. And then there is this really cool few pages called memories. So you can write down like special memories. So far the only thing I wrote was proposed June 20th, 2019 on Carnival Glory Cruise at Elegant Night. Waiter made a napkin swan and put the ring on top inside of a wine glass. So if you guys haven't heard about that, I will post my engagement video down below where I talk about how Jack proposed and all of that. So there's several memories pages, which will be nice. You can probably put photos in here, although we'll probably just put all of our photos in our, you know, actual wedding albums and stuff. And then after that, it's just a bunch of blank pages with lines and stuff. So I've actually been using these so far for alcohol brainstorming. We are having an open bar, but it's not gonna be like crazy unlimited where you can get whatever you want. I love that, but that's just something that, you know, we can't afford. So we're doing beer, wine, and some signature drinks, and I've been kind of brainstorming as far as what wine, what beer, and then what signature drinks. If you guys have any input on that, leave that down below. I've been asking like all my family and stuff, and then when Jack's mom comes to visit this month, I'm gonna ask her what her family drinks, because I definitely want to make sure there's something for everyone. And then, I don't want to show this, but I could show this side, I guess. There's a folder, double-sided folder, and what you can do with that is I've been sticking my, what do you call it? Your copy from your carbon copy from your check or whatever, that I've been putting deposits down on, and that way I have a copy of it. I know what I've put deposits down on so far and how much I paid and all of that, which I've also been keeping track of in my calendar when deposits are due and things like that. So let's get into budgeting and sacrificing and all of that good stuff. So I and my best friend Janice's maid of honor, her wedding is in September. I'm so excited for it, and it's been really nice being her maid of honor because I can kind of plan my wedding as she plans hers, and that's kind of what I did because I knew, you know, Jack was finally in a good place in life with his health, which I talked about in my engagement video. Like I said, I will link that down below if you haven't seen that. And I felt like, you know, hopefully in the next year or two we will get engaged. And so as she was planning her wedding, I kind of started to plan mine, and I actually kept a Word document on my computer, and I would jot vendors down, jot down how much they were, so that I had an idea, so that when my time came, I wouldn't be super overwhelmed and trying to find vendors last minute and stuff. I actually already had several of my vendors picked out. So with that in mind, on the way home from New Orleans after our cruise, we did get engaged on our cruise, and then on the way home, like literally for 14 hours, all I did was wedding plan. And it was nice because like my parents were in the car, Jack was in the car, so we wedding planned, we kind of talked about vendors and things, and we talked about budget. And we are very lucky in the fact that our parents are helping us a significant amount. Like, we couldn't have this wedding without that, without taking a loan out or something, which I really didn't want to do. But we were able to, you know, talk about where can we make cuts at, how are we going to sacrifice to do this wedding. And I've always wanted a wedding. I think it would be so nice just to elope or just have something super small with our parents or something, but that's just not what I want. I thought about it and it's just not what I want. I've always wanted a wedding. It doesn't have to be a huge wedding. We're planning on probably 150 people, which I don't think is huge. I feel like it's like a perfect amount, but you know, I've always wanted a wedding, and I've had my heart set on this certain venue forever, and I will talk about that in my next video. But that went into the budget, and then the vendors that I had my heart set on, they really went into the budget, and some of them were a little bit more expensive than some other ones, but I'm very about quality. And something that, you know, you need to decide on when you are making up your wedding budget is there's going to be things that you're not going to realize that costed so much money, and there's going to be things that you want to cut out but you just aren't willing to sacrifice that. Like, for example, a videographer. I really wanted a videographer, and I thought I could cut that out. I only really need a photographer. I could cut out a videographer, but the more I thought about it, I was just like, I really want that. I'm not willing to cut that out, because that's, you know, at the end of the day, all you have is videos and photos of your wedding, and that's all you have to show your kids. And the videographer will be videoing the ceremony, videoing, you know, toasts and speeches and stuff like that, and that's just something that's super important to me. And then also a photographer. Having 2 photographers was extremely important to me. So we are investing a lot of money into photography and videography for sure. So find out, you know, what are the things that are very important for you to invest in when it comes to your wedding. I keep getting the hiccups, I'm sorry. Anyway, so for us it was definitely like photography, videography, and then the venue. I feel like that's just what you're gonna remember the most. But I was talking to someone at work and he was like, you know, for me it was the food. So I talked to another guy at work and he said for me it was the dancing and the DJ. Like we, you know, me and my wife just wanted it to be a giant party, wanted everyone to have fun, we wanted everyone to drink, and that was what it was for him. So it's different for everyone for sure. And we're gonna have a little bit of everything. We're definitely gonna have some dancing, some alcohol, you know, some sweets, all that good stuff. But I definitely wanted to invest a lot into photography and videography. So, you know, write down everything. Like I was talking about in that Erin Condren planner, you can write down, you know, a budget for each thing, how much you want to spend on each thing. And you might go over the budget, you might go under the budget, but just know that your wedding is such a special day. Hopefully you only do it one time, and it's just something that you want to look back on and know that you didn't skimp in certain areas that you wish you wouldn't have. So for us, photography and videography for sure. And then as far as catering goes, I think we're just gonna be doing like city barbecue, something that's, you know, it's gonna be nice, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be something that people like. I don't know if city barbecue's all over the US, but there's city barbecue here in Columbus, Ohio, and everybody likes city barbecue. It's delicious. So that's a way that we saved money. How else did we save money? Kind of word of mouth through family, friends, and things. Listen to that about your vendors. I'll be talking a little bit more about that in my next video, and then I'll probably have a part 2 vendors video because we haven't booked all of our vendors yet, and I will talk more about that then. But see where you can get some discounts. So as far as sacrificing goes, you're gonna have to sacrifice once you see how much the wedding's gonna be. Here's some of the sacrifices that we are making. Jack works at a grocery store, and the grocery store he works at is a little bit expensive in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinion. So we decided to change our grocery shopping to Aldi, and we cut our grocery bill in half. And even though that's only saving us up to a couple hundred a month, like that adds up. So if you're saving $200 every month and there's 12 months in a year, like there's $2,400 right there. Like that could go toward the photographer or toward catering or whatever. Or that could buy a ton of alcohol. You know what I mean? So little things like that matter. I love shopping. I love home decor. I wanted to get new furniture in our living room this year. You know, none of that's happening now. That's just something that we're gonna have to sacrifice for sure. All of our money this year is going toward the wedding. My brother is not coming for any holidays this year, and me and my parents and Jack all talked in the car ride home from New Orleans, and we were like, how about if we do no presents this year for Christmas, for birthdays, nothing. Everything goes toward the wedding. Our parents are putting money toward the wedding. Me and Jack are putting money toward the wedding, and so it just makes sense that that's our reward for 2020, 2019 is the wedding. So we're not doing presents this year. I'm gonna be working every single holiday this year. I am a nurse, and I can make good money working the holidays. I hate working holidays. I absolutely hate it. I would much rather be with my family. But when I do work the holidays, you know, I work in the ICU, and it's not the patient's choices to be there. So when I am working holidays, I definitely put on a happy face for my patients, and I know that it's not their choice to be there, and I try to make it, you know, everyone in my unit tries to make it as enjoyable as we can for our patients, and we decorate the unit and stuff, especially around Christmas time. So my patients are going to be my family this year. I'm going to work every single holiday with them, and that's okay. So basically that will limit the amount of overtime that I have to work, because I will be making at least time and a half or double time on those days, which will be really nice. So I won't have to work as much overtime if I work every single holiday this year, and we can just celebrate on a different day. Even if we're not giving each other presents, we'll still have a big meal or whatever together, and we don't have to do it on that certain day. So going along with that, one of the reasons I went back for my master's was because number one, I hurt my back, and I knew I can't do bedside forever. Just physically, I can't. Mentally, I can't. It's emotionally exhausting, and mentally exhausting. But the main reason I went back for my master's is to open up a lot more opportunities for me to get a more 9-to-5 type of job, no weekends, no holidays. So I just finished my master's yesterday, and I was so excited to be done and be able to get a job where I can spend more time with Jack and our future family, and no weekends, no holidays. That's not happening now. At least not until after the wedding. That's when it will probably hopefully happen. But I can make a lot better money working at the bedside and picking up overtime and incentive pay and things like that. So that's something that I'm sacrificing, is my forever dream job. It'll just have to wait another year, and that's not a big deal. I absolutely love my patients, and it'll be fine. I'm lucky that I have a job that I get paid hourly, and I can pick up overtime, and I can work holidays to make more money. Jack has a salary job, and my next job will probably be salary as well, and that was another reason that I decided I can't do that right now. I need a job that I can pick up overtime. Otherwise, if I didn't, I'd probably have to get a second job and work more than 5 days a week, and that's not something that I was willing to sacrifice and do. Another thing we're sacrificing is going out to eat. We love going out to eat. Jack and I are huge foodies. We absolutely love going out to eat. It's what a lot of our money goes toward. So now we're only going out to eat about once a week. We usually go out to eat on our grocery evening, which is usually Sundays or Mondays, because simply we get the groceries, and that takes up, you know, at least an hour or two of our time is getting groceries, and we don't want to make dinner after that. So we always go out to eat on that day. It doesn't even have to be anywhere fancy. It can be Chipotle or whatever. But we're trying just to go out to eat about 1 day a week. If friends invite us out or something, like today I'm going to lunch with some friends, that's fine too. But that's not totally often, maybe once or twice a month. So we're trying not to go out to eat as much, and that's been saving us a lot of money by shopping at Aldi and just doing a lot more cooking. And it's been a lot better for me as well, because I am on Weight Watchers now to get down hopefully a couple sizes or so before the wedding. We'll see. I still have a long way away. I would love to get down to my goal weight. I don't think it'll be possible before the wedding, but eventually, and I'm gonna try to lose as much weight as I can, but I'm gonna be healthy about it. And I love Weight Watchers. It's, you know, I can still eat what I want, but it's all about portion control and moderation. So I absolutely love Weight Watchers, and it's been a lot better for me, you know, not going out to eat where all those temptations are. That's my issue, is like temptation. When there's things that I can get, it's just so tempting to get those things. And when I just get certain things at the grocery store, I don't get sweets, I don't get pop, and I don't get things with a ton of carbs. We're eating a lot more meat, we're eating a lot more veggies and stuff like that, then that's a lot less tempting for me. So I think those are all the things that we're sacrificing. So basically the sum of this video is, you know, make a budget, decide what you're gonna spend on certain things, decide things that you're willing to spend a little bit less money on, and then things that you are willing to definitely invest in and sacrifice for. Talk to your parents, and if they can help. We are so lucky that our parents can help. I'm definitely thankful for that. I don't know how we could do this without them. I would definitely have to work a lot more overtime, or we would have to get some sort of a loan or something. So talk to your family. It's definitely a little bit awkward, but something that I found that's helpful is finding things for them to pay for that they're gonna enjoy paying for. Like Jack's dad, for example, is paying for us to stay at a mansion that's on the property that I knew was just 100% his decor style. He loves like eclectic things and just timeless things, and when I saw that mansion I was like, he would absolutely love this. So we toured it and he was 100% willing to pay for it, and he even wanted to stay. We're gonna stay 2 nights, the night before and the night of the wedding. He wanted to stay a 3rd night. He was like, we're staying here like 3 nights, right? And I was like, no, Eric, we're only staying here 2 nights. I mean, unless you want to put another night down or something. And he was like, oh, okay, that's fine. No, that's okay. And then once he saw it, he was like, we have to have this. Like, we have to. This just isn't an option. And that's exactly how I felt. So I knew that's how he would feel too. So that's something that's kind of funny. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe I will do like another budgeting video toward the end. Tell you guys more about how much we sacrificed, and you know, there'll probably be more sacrifices along the way that we'll make, but I don't really know what those are yet. We'll see. We haven't booked all of our vendors yet, so it's kind of hard to tell, but my next video I'm going to talk about our venue and our vendors that we have booked so far, so stay tuned for that. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe. Comment down below any advice you have for me. I would greatly appreciate it. And make sure that you hit that bell so that you get notified anytime I post a new video. I'm so excited to be on this journey and be filming this for you guys. And I will talk to you all later and see you in the next one. Bye, guys.